and call it From Whence Cometh the Sun.
I'm such a lucky person to be able to give my job to him. I decided that almost everybody here would have some familiarity with Regency dress, with what in costume land we sometimes call the first 2 decades of the 19th century empire, and those styles. And so I thought I might just talk a little bit about where they come from. And how did we get to these charming, high-waisted styles for the ladies and very smart styles for the men? So, thank you. We go, yeah. Right, thanks, Mark. What we're going to look at next is the 1780s, England 1780s, and these dresses are called English gowns, and they represent a new softness for, in contrast to what had been the prevalent styles throughout most of the 18th century. And this style is combined with something called the chemise dress, which was popularized by Marie Antoinette, which is really, it's like a drawstring shift. It's a very simple garment with a drawstring neck and a sash, and you put that lack of structure with the English gown, and you get something like this with the higher waist. These are 1795, and that there is a good deal of softness. Now, at the same time this is going on, we have the French Revolution, which is adopting all things Republican Rome. So you have 2 different influences that kind of morph at right around 1800, and you get the emergence of this look, which is this is a French painter's idea of ideal feminine beauty in the New Republic, right? So you have the classic tunic and drape, which comprise a basic, well-dressed Roman lady. And in the Empire styles, the drape is replaced with rectangular shawls. This is the Empress Josephine in a rather idyllic pose. But you also can see how soft these dresses, when we first start seeing them around the turn of the century, they're very soft, they're very unstructured. The lady in white in the middle of this image has, particularly of interest, is her classic Greek quoted hairstyle, complete with the ribbons through her hair, with very popular styles. But as soon as a fashion is established, the next thing that happens is you have to start formalizing it. That's what happens. So this dress begins to show you how we go from terribly soft, unstructured dresses into something that is a more constructed, it is more decorated. If you look at the hem on this lady, you can see there's trim going on. And by the time we get to about 1814, 1815, which is what our next image, you're going to see trim has become a mania. Along with this is our quoting from historical periods. And this lady is wearing what's called a Betsy. It's a faux ruff from Queen Elizabeth, right? And then this lady also has the Renaissance puffs and slashes treatment to her long sleeves, and gone are wispy white muslin, and we're into red velvet. And by the time we get to 1820, the charm and the simplicity of these dresses is gone, and they're decorated. Now, we can't ignore the men, and if we start with, this is where we are more or less at the end of the 18th century. What's interesting about menswear is that the ingredients of coats, vests, shirts, pants don't change. What changes is what they actually look like, right? And So here are some silk suits from just the turn of the century, but this is the man of the hour. This is George Beau Brummel, who took what was a popular British form of dress for men with the dark coats, light pants, white or light vest, and this was already popular, but the Beau said, this is what well-dressed men wear. This is what well-dressed men look like. And you must be impeccably clean, impeccably tailored, and starch in your cravat. And because he was a friend of the Prince of Wales and an arbiter of fashion, in the first century, the first decade of the 19th century, the Beau sets up this look of this is what well-dressed men should look like. And of course it suits Mr. Darcy so nicely. And basically that's where the standards for well-dressed men today still come from. It all started with the Beau. So, and that gives you a little bit of a background on where some of these styles that we see our Jane Austen dramatizations in come from. Thank you.